So there you are. I heard your cries from far off. Normally they warn people from coming here. It's dangerous. Don't worry. I'm not here to mock your situation. I realize you found out for yourself. Where I am shouldn't be of any concern to you. You're in no situation to be picky with your help. But still, I must have your approval if you'd like my assistance. My condolences on that leg of yours. It seems to be quite a nasty little injury. It's not my place to be pushy, but I'd recommend you give an answer soon. You don't want to be trapped out here during nightfall. So, it's decided. Very well. I shall help you, dear. But first, I suppose showing myself is in order. It's merely a precaution I have to take in these woods, dear. After all, not everything here is what it seems. You should have known that before coming here. Let's see that leg of yours. You're certainly wedged quite stiffly, but this shouldn't be a problem. I've seen much worse in my years. Just hold still and try to relax all of your muscles for a moment, dear. I'll try and make this hurt as little as possible. There you are. Looks like you're still mostly intact, at least. No, don't try and move. It's still most certainly broken. For the moment, I can only provide a bit of temporary relief. I'll wrap it up just to keep it from getting damaged anymore. We must return to my cabin for a more permanent solution. No time to waste. It's almost nightfall. Like I mentioned before, we don't want to be caught out here after dark. Nothing good ever comes from it. You're certainly in no state to walk. I'll carry you, dear. I know you're quite stressed at the moment. Just try and relax the best you can. I don't want you panicking and hurting yourself more. Are you ready, dear? Good. Let's go. I hate to see you in pain like this. But please, just try and hold on the best you can. Soon you'll be back to normal. I promise. Try not to worry too much about what you see in the forest, dear. As long as I'm here with you, you'll be just fine. It's been a tough day for you, no doubt. Just conserve your energy. Say, I don't believe I ever asked. How long have you been out here like that? It's quite lucky that I should find you when I did. Since the morning? I see. You're going to need a long rest. But you'll be all right. I'm taking you back to my home. I can fix you up there. You've got nothing to worry about, dear. Now you're in my hands, and I don't intend to let anything get to you. You've got quite the imagination. I bet you've become a bit delirious in your state. I can assure you, there's nothing off about my eyes, dear. That's merely an illusion brought on from your exhaustion. I am but a simple huntsman, nothing more or less. Although I find it my duty to assist those in need out here, Us humans have to take care of each other after all. There's lots of dangers out there that even the most experienced survivalists can't account for. It makes me wonder as to why someone like yourself would have voluntarily wanted to come here. You can save the explanation for a bit later, dear. I can keep talking to you if you'd like, if it's of any comfort. Good to know. Don't worry now, dear. We're almost home. I'll have you fixed up in no time by then. You can fight through for just a bit longer, can't you? Good, dear. You are quite the resilient little one, aren't you? I'm so glad to have found you in time. Tough as you may be, almost no human can survive the night out here. I've seen the bravest of warriors venture off only to never be heard nor seen again. Occasionally, some are lucky enough to be found by me or escape on their own, but that is exceedingly rare. If it's so dangerous, why am I here, you ask? Maybe I just feel a sense of duty to do my best to save those foolish enough to enter. But there are other reasons. Perhaps you've heard rumors about me. Usually from those I come into contact with. Those outsiders have a certain way of mysticizing everything about this place. Myself included in that. I can't necessarily fault them. From the outside looking in, this place does appear to be full of strange occurrences, although they do become a lot less strange once you spend enough time out here. Listen to me ramble. You must find me odd enough to be living in a place like this to begin with. But, like I said before, I have my reasons. Explaining it all to you right now in your state would probably feel even more like a fever dream. Perhaps that's for another time. A time when your leg isn't a twisted mess and you're fully conscious. Looks like that time is approaching shortly. There's my home. A pleasure to invite you in, even under these circumstances. Good news is, you're not bleeding anymore. I don't have to worry about any blood on my carpet. The bad news? I'll explain that to you in just a second. Although I promise, it's not that bad. Welcome to my abode, dear. Normally I'd tell you to get comfortable, but I'm afraid that won't be an option for just a little bit here. I'll set you in the chair as gently as I can. That injured leg is going to have to be propped up for a while. There you are, dear. Take it nice and slow. You did great. Now, I'll have you patched up in no time. Oh dear, this is no ordinary sort of human medicine. That would simply take much too long, and that's time we don't have. Instead, I shall look to see what the forest has provided me. Ah, here, exactly what I was looking for. Worry not, dear. Your body shall be mended soon. Only a small amount of this, and everything shall return to normal. Please, just try and relax as much as possible. This may be part of that bad news I was talking about earlier. Although the healing is rapid, it may cause quite a bit of temporary pain. Just stay strong for me a bit longer, dear. Soon you'll feel as if nothing ever happened. Those temporary bandages can come off now. Wonderful, darling. Now, whenever you're ready, just a drop of this shall heal you. Okay, dear. Stay strong for me. Hold my hand if you must. It's over, dear. It's over. You're all right. There you are. Once again, you are quite resilient. Well done, dear. Go ahead. Try out your new leg. Good as new or a money-back guarantee. Don't worry. You don't owe me anything regardless. Being able to help you out just in time is all the reward I need. Now, how about you try and stand up? We can take it nice and slow, dear. Here, take my hands. I can help you right up. Don't worry about anything, dear. I'll support you. Well done. Normally it takes a few hours to get accustomed to that sort of rapid healing. You're already doing better than most. Take a few steps around. I've still got your hand, so don't worry about falling. There you go. Excellent, my dear. Just one step at a time, and... that's okay. You should get some rest for the night. Tomorrow morning you should be in top shape. Just lie back down on the couch. Just stay still. Your body is working on repairing itself. That serum just speeds up the process drastically. But everything else looks normal with you. You'll make a fine recovery indeed. Now that whole fiasco is finally over, I never got an explanation. What caused you to get lost all alone and injured all the way out here? This is one of the most remote areas in the entire forest. Surely you didn't just stumble over here. You heard a call for help in the woods while traveling with your hunting party? Was the voice familiar to you? Like a friend or relative calling out? So that confirms it. It's truly a wonder you're still alive to tell the tale. Perhaps falling and becoming wedged in that pit saved your life. Your yells were just muffled enough to cause confusion as to your exact location. I only found you after checking all of the surrounding area. Perhaps whatever was luring you out was scared off by something else. But that would mean... Don't worry about that. It's probably best not to. I must say, it's nice to have a proper look at your face now. When I initially found you, I had my suspicions. Rarely is someone so beautiful as yourself actually stuck in such a situation. Oftentimes, nymphs and various other deities disguise themselves as beautiful humans in need of rescue. It's merely an act to pick off unsuspecting prey. Fortunately, I didn't receive that sort of energy from you. You seemed authentic. Sorry for my initial skepticism of your situation back there. That's just something you develop living all the way out here for so long. It saved my ass countless times here. Say, is your hunting party still out there? Did they make any mention of camping the night somewhere in the forest? For their sake, that's a relief. If they're smart, they'll assume you're dead and won't come looking for you. I know that sounds harsh, but it's for their own sake. I'm sure it'll be quite the surprise when you turn back up. But don't worry about that for now, dear. You're safe here. As long as you're with me, I promise I'll get you out of here alive. With those I've rescued, that's a promise I've never broken, and I don't intend on letting anything happen to you. Sweet human. You've been through so much today, yet you still seem in such good spirits. We've only just met, yet I feel proud of you. Often this place is enough to break warriors with years of experience. No offense, but you don't exactly seem to be that. Still, I commend your bravery. Coming into this place is quite a feat itself, but it was quite foolish of you to follow that voice that calls. Tempting as it might be, you know it's merely an illusion. I suppose you've learned a lesson. I couldn't be too disappointed at that cute face for long. Damn. You sure you're not a deity trying to fool me with your beauty? I'll be the first to admit it. It worked, even on a hardened woodsman like me. Oh, look at that. Your leg appears to be quite tense. Allow me to help you ease that out. The sooner all the muscles relax, the faster you'll be back in action. Good thing my hands are well equipped for just that sort of thing. Just try and enjoy the feeling. I'll be gentle, yet firm. The best way to go about most things, really. How's that? I knew you'd enjoy it. You deserve more than a bit of comfort after all you've been through. Don't try and resist the exhaustion. Have as much rest as you need. You still need time to heal, darling. I'll stay right by your side, and I promise nothing bad can get to you as long as I'm here. You can be assured of that. Good night, and rest well, my dear.
Hey, it's me, Joey Wheeler, and I'm here to take Yugi's rare card.